This is not an album review of Missionary, the new album by Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. Missionary is the follow-up to the classic Doggy Style, released on Death Row Records in 1993. 31 years after the fact, Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg have come back to give us another one of those other ones. Now, for me, the album title Missionary kind of hits twofold. One, obviously it being the follow-up to Doggy Style. But the second one, I think speaks to Snoop Dogg's position in the game, as 31 years later, he's on top in a completely different position than he was in 1993. Over the last 31 years, we've kind of watched Snoop Dogg go from another gangster rapper with a lot of potential to being the most recognizable figure in the world, not just hip hop. Missionary feels different than Doggy Style because Doggy Style very much felt like Dr. Dre was at the reins. This album, Missionary, feels the reverse. It feels like Snoop Dogg definitely took the reins, and not to say that Dr. Dre followed him along for the ride, but if you've been paying attention to Snoop Dogg's music over the last 30 years, this definitely feels like a very Snoop Dogg-esque album. Some of the standouts on the project for me were Last Chance with Mary Jane featuring Jelly Roll, Skyscraper featuring Method Man, and my personal favorite, Just Another Part of Me featuring Sting. Dr. Dre's production, you can't really say that. It's weird to say that Dr. Dre's production has gotten better, but on this album, he definitely hit another plateau. The production is big and cinematic and dramatic and lush, and it sounds like he was in a room directing. There are a lot of live instruments and horns, guitars, pianos, violins, violas. This sounds like, it doesn't sound sonically, it doesn't fit into the space of just another hip hop album. It feels like Dr. Dre was definitely in a whole nother realm when he did production on this album. Overall, I'm enjoying the project. I've been living with it for about 3 days. I've been living with it since it came out. There's some songs on there I could do without, but overall, as a whole, I'm enjoying Missionary. And one thing that's important for me, especially as a kid in 1993, who this was probably one of the foundational albums that got me into rap music and hip hop, to see Death Row / Aftermath / Interscope, it's kind of a full circle moment for a lot of people that follow the career, probably a full circle moment for Dr. Dre and Snoop, to just see those names together. It represents a lot. And I can't help but wonder how Suge Knight feels about that. But anyway, this is not a review. It's just my opinion. This your boy Trey Mills, and we out.